You're alive.
Are you straining it? Are we all set? Okay, we had a couple of bills that came in that were on town credit cards that were issued to the town under the town's tax ID number. One was for Walmart, and that one I checked today, and it has since been paid. The other one was for...
when you say paid, we paid it.
We did not pay that Walmart card, so the corporation must have paid that Walmart card.
Okay. Did you have a date on when that was paid, the Walmart card?
Yeah.
And was it paid in full?
It was paid in full, and it was paid on January 14th.
Interesting.
That was Tuesday. So it must have been paid with another card or online check or something. I tried to look into that.
Do you have the amount of what that one was?
Yep, $695.44. That was the one with items that were the corporations.
Okay.
And some other items.
That's town, been set up as a town card with a town tax ID number.
Yes, it was.
So we would have the right to ask who paid how, what, why.
Exactly.
I can definitely do that if that's what you would
I
like.
would like to know.
I as well. And if we could get a copy of the check or whatever it was that paid it.
I will certainly do that. I have also ordered, this card was opened in 2009, and I've ordered every statement since 2009. That will take approximately 14 days.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. The other one, we had 2 invoices for Staples, and one of them was for 2 boxes of white paper and 1 ream of red paper. We paid that on December 24th because it was noted to us that the paper was actually used for the rescue department. I have since asked Ray, now that he has a better handle on things that are over there, that there is only 1 box of white paper over there.
And it was 2 boxes of white and a case, 2 cases of white and a case of red.
2 cases of white and a ream of red.
Okay.
Well, maybe a case of red. It's $14.29, so it's got to be a ream. Yeah.
And this
R-E-D-R-M. I would assume that's a ream.
The date it was charged was...
on December 4th. And I tried to get signature cards on this.
So the question is, do they go through an entire case of paper in 1 month? And I think not.
So the paper was $52.99 per box, and the ream is $14.29.
That must have been the Santa Claus paper, though, the red.
I was under the assumption that Santa Claus was corporation. So I'm not entirely sure what you guys want to do with that.
Right.
But we have paid that bill.
All right. So, like in the past, anything that we think is this corporation, not really town things, on a town card and the town's paying, put in that folder for the auditor. Now that was the 1 Staples bill.
Yeah, we have 2.
Okay.
The other Staples bill was purchased on October 29th.
Okay.
And I'll just read off some of them. Prang hobby brush set, Uniball, it looks like pens. Another hobby brush set, some Lysol wipes.
What's a hobby brush set?
I think it's one of those little, those like 6, you have to get 6 paint brushes in one set, in one packet.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I believe that's what they are.
They must have SKU numbers or...
Yeah, there's SKU numbers here.
Could probably look it up online, find out exactly what it is.
Yes, we absolutely could.
What was the total? Are you still listing? Go ahead.
Elmer's glue, Crayola, kids paints, again with the hobby brushes, some pens, some more Bounty.
Just charged to a town,
This is charged to the town credit
sounds
card.
like corporation gifts for Halloween, is what it sounds like.
Ray did talk to Sam his first day, well, the first time he came in, and I had given him all 3 of these invoices, and Sam had confirmed at the time that this was corporation. However, it hasn't been paid yet.
Right.
So,
Well, this goes along with when they had the Halloween night over there, they would have the craft tables for the children.
is that a department or
No,
a corporation?
well, that we'd have to look at the flyer, but I believe the Halloween is the corporation.
That's what they.
Wasn't that the advertisement?
Yeah.
Let her know.
I believe so.
Okay. I'd like to verify that first, that it was for both of these. And then, stick it in the file folder for...
How do you verify that?
Well,
I got copies of
I mean,
yeah, we have
flyer.
copies of the
Flyer.
Okay.
the flyer.
Okay. So you'll provide that to me, or you'll let me know if that was around the same time?
Now this earlier,
Paper?
I don't remember if that was on our paper or not. But yeah, Ben and I have definitely seen those.
I'll look later.
See, the Halloween one was, yeah, I actually have the Halloween one at home. I know that I have it. It's on the orange paper, right? Okay.
The one from October 29th has not been paid.
Okay.
That's total of $90.51.
The total bill is $90.51.
Correct. I need to know where it's a town card with the town tax ID number, if you would like me to move forward with paying this. My payables come out next week.
I'd like to wait for Tina to have her meeting. Go ahead, what were you going to say?
Where it is town card, I would probably say pay it, and then we can, because Tina's being very cooperative,
Very cooperative.
and we're moving forward with the corporation in a different
Yeah.
manner than we have been, so I don't think it'd be an issue.
Yeah,
having them
I think
reimbursed.
we're going to be more apt to get our money back now. So, yeah, absolutely. Let's pay that. Did you say the first one was paid?
The first one, the paper one, was paid.
Okay, so let's pay this one. But again, keep it in that file so that when we do meet with Tina and whoever, if it's just Tina or the officers, we will start trying to attempt to maybe get our money back here.
Okay. It doesn't, I don't see where we've been charged late fees for it, but it's not to say they're gonna let it go on forever either. I mean, right now, it's already 2 months, you're in your 3rd month. So, okay, I will do that. That's all I have for now on items that were purchased on the town account that we haven't already talked about.
Hopefully, we're not going to see any more.
That would be wonderful.
I have a
Tish,
question.
yes.
I have a question for you. I didn't check all the email today. Did Monday, this coming Monday, work for you?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
I told Ben on the phone last
Okay.
night. Yes, that's fine.
And Ray Parent called today and he said it works for him as well.
Oh, good.
So
Good.
JT and
I saw JT's email.
yeah, okay. So
Good.
we'll deal
That'd be
with,
great.
Yeah, all right. At least start to
At least start to pound through that.
more
yeah.
organized on the equipment and what we bought and what we have.
Okay.
All right.
Yep, that works. Tim Wagner came by today. Somebody had shoved into the door of the rescue department a note. They were wondering if the Expedition was for sale, that one that's beside the building. So I told him that I would pass this on to you, and this has somebody's number on it, so I don't want to leave that out.
Okay, well, we've got other interested parties with that, and it is going to be going.
I told
Out
him
to bid.
you would most likely be going out to bid on that. You had been talking about it the other day.
Okay, great.
Okay. You're gonna be on time, most likely. So I'm so excited to say that the Comstar Medicare package is gone. Ben loves that. Is gone. It's been shipped out. They have it in their hands. They've actually shipped it over to Medicare. So
Good.
I have moved on to the disposition report and looking at those write-offs. Basically, I went through the report one by one, and I would like to write off 43 patients for a total of $15,541.51. I have named the several different items. We have 4 where there was a hardship form request returned at $1,425. We have $12 worth that is under $10. There were like 4 people that had $3 a piece. And then I have residents that are under $50. And then we have quite a few. We have 8 that have no social security number and or no social security number and a bad address. So that totals $3,374. I have 2 people who are deceased at $1,680. I have 11 people who have out-of-state addresses and are claiming to be on welfare, because prior to, I think when we met Jason on 12/5, he said that they didn't have a, what do you call it, an agreement with New Hampshire or other states as far as welfare, as far as welfare recipients, but they did for Maine, and I'm not sure how all that works.
Wouldn't Scott know? Wouldn't Comstar?
You want me to ask Scott?
No, I would.
Okay.
That's 5,200 that I'd like to know more about.
Okay. I will definitely do that. And then I have 5 that have pretty much aged out due to the statute of limitations.
I'm glad that it's only 5.
I know, I was
That's
very surprised
good
when I
news.
started. There's 5 that were writing off. I mean, there were a couple that were hardship that were in there. There was definitely a deceased one that was in that pile. So what I basically did was I did through May 31st of 2008. I figured that the 2 or 3 months difference there would provide us enough time that we're not violating somebody's rights in regards to that. And then I have 3 that have been charged up because they have gone through bankruptcy. And I did call Scott on that, and he does get the legal form for that when they do that. So that totals $15,541. And I will find out, I will ask Scott about the $5,200. Send to collections. I would like to send to collections 83 for $40,316. Basically, they just have not responded. So I would like to send to FRF, who is a company that works hand in hand with Comstar. I have one person that is reporting that they're on welfare out of state. However, they have a Lebanon address and they own a home in Lebanon. So I'm asking for that to go there as well.
And we're gonna want to talk with you about who that is later.
Okay.
Because that may need to get reported to the governor's hotline.
Well, that's why I need it. I want them to go and look at it. I thought it was very strange. There were 2 incidences at different dates, 2 different run numbers, and that's what was happening at that point.
Is it the same person or 2 different?
Same person.
Okay.
That collection agency, do you remember off the top of your head that Comstar works with? Wasn't it like 28% that they charged?
And I have that here.
I
I was going to go. I have some notes down at the bottom that I need to talk to you about. Do you want me to answer that now, or?
I can go back and look at my notes too, but I just was wondering.
No,
So, I mean,
I'll be
my-
happy to answer
That's
it
fine, to
now.
get it right there. My point
I have
was,
it
I
right
mean,
here.
yeah, it looks good, 40,000, but that's not what's gonna come back to us. And I just wanna
Absolutely
make that clear.
not.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Maybe a portion of that.
Yeah.
I would say maybe 10 if we get lucky. So the typical FRF fees, accounts placed that are $100 or under, it's 46%. Yeah, it's pretty high. Comstar clients are 33%. It's 33% across the board.
All right, thank you.
What do you have for a number?
They'll charge, I mean, if you were to collect on every one of those, they'll charge 13,000, so you'd be around
Yep.
27 if you collected on every one that you
Well,
want.
just know that it's 40% is your uncollectible amount. You're already talking about those that they've tried to collect on.
Sure.
So that's what your fees are. And then I have, you asked me to hold aside the residents. I have 95 residents at 40,000 because we don't have our list of subscribed persons yet.
My, yeah, go ahead. I got a thought on that, but
All right, because
it
I
won't be
was
popular, but
hoping that Tina will be able. Look. I don't know if there's a list. I'm gonna say that, but I'm hoping that
she already
Tina.
responded back, said she didn't get it, so
So nothing from Ron German.
he doesn't have anything, he told me he didn't have any paperwork.
Well, Samantha Cole said at the door to Tina, according to Tina.
He says they got it. My thought
Yeah,
on,
I've heard the he and she thing.
my thought on this was.
I don't have it, they have it. I don't have it, they have it, so.
What, Ben?
You know, you're looking at, yep, they're residents, but they use the service. So, just a thought, just to throw it out on the table. If they do have the subscription, you know, if we sent them a bill, prove it. They must have a canceled check somewhere.
Well, I could certainly ask FRF if that is something they'd be willing to do.
At least send them a
But
bill.
they may want to charge the town for that.
I don't want that. I
yeah.
don't want any more fees.
Here's a thought that I had.
See that you know, that's the collection agency, right?
Mhm.
I'm just saying, let's have Comstar send them another bill.
Agreed.
Comstar, or would you like somebody in this office to call?
If you know who they are and where, that's fine too.
Because the residents haven't responded.
That's 100 people, basically.
Yeah. And they haven't responded. You know, that's.
And we
the
may find
state
out they're
law.
on the subscription, but that's fine, then they can just bring in a canceled check or form of payment, I mean, that'd be a check.
What's the time frame? So let's say if you did that, Jeanette, like you have time to begin with, but if you did, that's gonna take.
If I did it,
Well, if
Yeah, it would take a while.
anybody in this office did it, that's
Mhm.
going to take some
what
time.
I think maybe if everybody in the office tried 2-3 weeks, we might be able to hammer it out.
No, I want one person dealing with this.
I just mail a letter, were you talking, calling them, is that what you're thinking?
I was thinking calling them because I know you had some concerns about the subscriptions, and I've heard a couple of things on the subscriptions that they've been promised. People who bought subscriptions had been promised this is a free ride.
Right.
So
Right.
they weren't expecting to have to pay their deductible or the entire thing.
Right.
And I'm not entirely sure. I think that we're already starting to reach out to people on subscriptions and say, if you had one, please contact us.
I think I'm more interested for cost effectiveness instead of
too.
you several hours and like you say several weeks calling. I'd rather just send one formal letter out and, you know, it's very friendly and if you are, you know, subscriber to the fee, to the service, then please provide proof. And
Yeah.
Because I have all the names and addresses.
that's what I was thinking.
I would rather do
Quick and easy
that. I would
way.
rather do that. And then with a phone call,
Actually, it's easier to call.
no, but with a phone call, there's no record of that.
Right.
I want record that
Okay.
the town has reached out.
So you're thinking a letter and we mail it out and see what happens?
Yep, that sounds great.
I just wanted to say something that asking if there's a subscriber, you wanted to say, we've been informed that you owe this amount of money.
I want it to be more,
have you
personally, I mean, if I was writing it, it would look more like a bill in a friendly way, but it's still gonna look like a bill for what you know what the numbers are, and then at the bottom, just a disclaimer type of thing that,
Okay.
you know, if you are a subscriber to the service, then
And
Please
do
provide
it
proof
in
to
a
the town
template that
Mhm.
on X day you were in,
yeah,
you were transported, you know,
Mhm.
and then just change that on everybody's letter and then the amount.
Yeah.
And then
I know
if
what
you
you're
do,
talking
if you are a subscriber, please just bring in a copy of the canceled check for the subscription.
Yeah. And
I'll
Scott
photocopy it and
may
attach it to
be
the
able to get me
paperwork. Yeah.
something like that downloaded, that where it would be quick and easy, versus having to key them all in, so. Okay, so that's where we are. So,
I mean,
and that was one of my
The other part of
recommendations.
that is, like you said, Scott may be able to help you with that. Well, you may want him to do it. We're already paying them a percentage anyway, and that may be part of what, I mean, I know it's part of what they'll do.
Okay, because
I
I don't
just-
want to pay extra.
But
I
mean,
just-
I think
I
it's all the
just-
services that they offer, that's part
Okay,
of
if
it,
it's
so.
included, fine, but
yeah.
I don't want to pay extra, or I'll draft the letter myself.
Right.
In light of some information that we've recently received asking them to pursue subscriptions, I don't feel comfortable with that. If that's your intention to ask people for
Yep,
subscriptions,
gotcha.
I think that they wouldn't mind sending out one of
The
their
bill,
normal
or like a
bills,
bill,
but
yep.
I mean, most of these people haven't responded at all,
Yep,
so,
yep. That's fine. Yeah, leave it the way it was.
yeah.
Type the letter up, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
So we'll draft something and get that done. Now FFA also can offer the people who owe money a settlement, and they want you to decide if you don't want an offer, if you want to do 25%, or if you want to do 35%.
I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
just trying to
I heard you
figure
talking
out
about,
this.
that's why I just wanted you to know, I've been gathering names.
That's not for this year though, is it? Are they something?
No, most of these people didn't do any for this year.
Okay.
For
Still be
this
good
coming
though.
year.
Still be good to compare. She's got a list of people that have been reaching out that are subscribers.
Yeah, when I looked
Compare
at
that
it,
to
it
your
was
list.
like 5
How many?
last time I looked at it when I was doing this up.
8 that have called me.
So 8, that's 8 this week, I just hit the paper.
No,
It was in the paper on Sunday.
but I got 2 of these last week.
Well, it's because it hit the paper on Thursday in the Sanford News. Okay, can you say what you said again?
Yes.
I didn't mean to interrupt, I just heard you talk about that.
So FFA can offer the person who owes the debt a settlement. You know, when you call up, you say you owe $100, but today only I can give you 25% off, 35% off, or don't offer a settlement at all. That is the option that we can provide. I kind of wanted to talk it over with you guys to see, because once they get the list in hand, they're pretty aggressive about going after it.
It's only gonna hurt us because they're gonna take their same cut for chasing it down.
Exactly, it will.
So it's only gonna hurt us.
I don't want to do that.
Okay. So I'll just say.
I mean, if it's a matter of down the road, and if we're going to be able to recoup anything, fine then. Right now, I want to go for what we can go for.
Yep, I understand.
Ben?
Okay, so next time, are you meeting next Tuesday? I just don't want to hold this for too long. I want to get it out there so that FFA gets it before some more of these people time out due to statute of limitations.
Okay, well, this is an issue for me, because we're really just supposed to have a selectmen's meeting, and now it looks like we're getting booked all these appointments in. We were only supposed to be here at 5:30 for Shirley Matthews. Now we're in here at 5 o'clock. The point was to be able to have dinner at a normal time once in the last 5 months. But, so I'm gonna say that we're not, because
Okay. So I don't want to hold this up for too long, like I said.
Monday we'll be here for the workshop if it's something.
Can you discuss it on Monday? Because I could
It has
call.
to be in a public meeting.
Yeah, I was going to say I didn't think you could. because the 11 that are welfare out of state, if I call Scott, I won't be able to get back to you for another, what?
Week.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
Well, I mean, we will be in here, obviously, but we're gonna be rolling right into the night meeting, so I don't know. Maybe we can try to have time to deal with it. Then if not, we can do it on Thursday.
Okay, do you want me to wait that one?
If you wanted to be there for the night meeting, it could go on the agenda for that. I mean, that's up to you.
Who, me?
Mm.
Miller time. No. Yeah, whatever you guys need, you know I'm there for you.
Yep.
So unless I absolutely have something pressing and where I don't have small children anymore, I'm doing pretty good. So it's
And
entirely
frankly,
up to
the
you.
vote only has to, I mean, you're looking for us to make a decision on something.
I'm looking for you to say, yes, we want to write these off, we want to send
That can
these
be done,
collections.
and we can do that in that public meeting. You can still
Absolutely.
provide that information to us, you don't even
Yep.
have to be there, you can provide
Yeah,
it ahead of
that's
time.
right. Give us just an email or.
You want me to do that?
Yeah, I do.
And that way, if you have more questions,
Because we're just
too.
so booked lately, it's crazy.
We'll put it on the
Okay.
agenda for Tuesday, so.
I'll call Scott tomorrow and talk through that with him.
All right, I think we have an executive session for 6:30 today, is that true?
You do, and I am totally done, so we can do
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna go get that person.
We were gonna discuss this.
Oh,
Oh, it's up to you.
oh yeah, we did before you got here, but go ahead.
That's okay, I'll catch up later if you want. We'll get the executive in here then.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Just think we're running
They're
a
waiting,
little late.
yeah.
Okay,
They're waiting.
Okay.
thank you, Jeanette.